I want to start off with the El Clasico. Real Madrid entertains Barcelona in the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium. Ends up with Real Madrid winning 3-1. It is fascinating because El Clasico, it was a great game. To each his own, it has everything to me: the weather, the drama, the tactical from both Koeman and Zidane, penalty claims, last minute hits the post, great goals by Karim Benzema, almost last minute goals as well. An unbelievable football game that is worthy of any cup final. However, I have to say it was a little bit ballsy from Ronald Koeman to go with 3-5-2 at the back. I have no problem with it, nor did I have a problem with the 4-3-3 at the second half either. The problem with Barcelona is that to play the 3-5-2, you need an out-and-out striker. And if you have Dembele playing as a striker, and you can see it's a bit uncomfortable for him, especially with the weather. This will be the game that will be highlighted to Barcelona and say you shouldn't have let Luis Suarez go. Luis Suarez will be so annoying to those Real Madrid defense in this game with the weather and all that. I mean, Barcelona had 70% possession of the ball but whenever Real got the ball, it's so easy for them to just jump the ball behind the Barcelona back three. They just pumped it forward into the back three. And one more thing I want to point out is that another key player in this tie was the inclusion of Federico Valverde. And Toni Kroos and Lucas Vazquez have too much space, and I think that's why it's ballsy of Barca to play the formation what they did. I mean, I don't fault Koeman at all. I think at this point, I think he's already proven that he has what it takes. For this, he has been working for the past 19 games, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. But like I say, it's brave of him to do it. I mean, if they equalize on that last minute goal, it will be a totally different conversation. But he would have received a lot of plaudits if it ends up with a win, or it's a loss. So, and it's back to the drawing board for him. For Koeman, maybe at times he needs to study Real Madrid. For some reason, Ronald Koeman, I feel the vibes along Barcelona that he is the right man for the job. But for Real Madrid, I think it's down to Zidane. It's so obvious that he watches Barcelona's weakness. He knows Barcelona's weakness now. From his point of view, he include a much athleticism player in it, and I'm talking about, again, it's Valverde. With him in the middle, Modric, Kroos, Casemiro have expressed themselves with their talent of play. Not only that, he also give this Real Madrid team a pace and getting behind the Barcelona defense, and defensively too. A typical Steven Gerrard type player from this guy, and the performance from this guy as well. I think the game was he was very key. Valverde, very underrated. The cover on Jordi Alba, where was Barcelona? It's so successful all the time. Squares it to Messi. Where Messi have the clear finish over the years. Valverde did not let that happen today, and it forces Barcelona to turn to the other side of the flank, which is the Junior Des, which is also being closed down, but he was forced to defend mainly due to Vinicius Jr. So, as you can see, it's all interlinked, and Zidane obviously have done his homework, which is fantastic. And as hard as a Barcelona fan to say, he was great today. And because make no mistake about it, this was a totally different team than the one against Liverpool in the first leg. And it was impressive because both teams, two versions of these teams, were successful. And I got some DM saying that Messi was quiet. Well, he was quiet because once the flank is well shut out, whenever Messi got the ball, the quickness of that Real Madrid defense, or Real Madrid players, I might add, were onto him and tried to frustrate him. So that forces him to play the ball back, sideways, and never allowing him to penetrate. So that was like 3.0 points that he had against Barcelona, And with that today, I think he has really stood out as a real coach, understanding his opponents, because that's what coaches are supposed to do. When you put up your team, in your lineup, your strategy, your mentality, I think for now Zidane just needs to improve his consistency, and it's not an easy task to study teams' weaknesses all the time. Against a weaker team is where they need to improve, because Real Madrid at this point of time can be a machine. I foresee that. I wouldn't bet against them to win La Liga, because I predicted them to win La Liga when Atletico was 10 points clear with 2 games in hand in November. And people think I'm crazy. I get messages saying that, well, Atletico Madrid got 2 games in hand with 10 points. So it's like, what? Season doesn't end tomorrow. Right? It's still a long way to go. And plus, at the time, Champions League fixtures hasn't come in yet. So we don't know the alternative, the how a team's going to play it out and stuff like that. So I specifically say that when the Champions League fixture in February comes about is where the real tests come out, is where the teams will get found out. But Real Madrid is like hanging on to the leaders, and slowly by slowly, top 3 now hang by 4 points each. I'm still going to stick with my pick, and that is Real Madrid for La Liga. I don't think they will win the Champions League though, but I think they'll win the La Liga for me. And what's interesting about La Liga is that Sevilla has entered the chat room now. They are like 6 points behind Atletico Madrid now, and it's all really, really hot. I think in the previous episode, I talked about the Italian Serie A being the best title race this season. I still do, because that involves 6 teams. But now we are taking a look at La Liga. I was like, wow, this is really, really gonna close. And I think the advantages that Real Madrid have is their run-ins is a lot more easier than the other 3 teams. But the disadvantages is that they got the Champions League. So in conclusion to this, I think it's still be Real Madrid. I'm still sticking with my prediction, even though my heart says Barcelona, but my brain says it's gonna be Real Madrid.